All right. Good morning, guys. Welcome to the pre-market show. Hope everyone's having an amazing morning. Hope you had a great weekend. So happy Monday. Good morning, Norm. How are you doing today?
Good morning, buddy. I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Just looking at some of the stuff that's moving here, guys. I mean, we have a lot today in our gappers list. Obviously, the SPY is doing well, the overall market. So things are popping up here pretty good. A lot of stocks within that 3 to a 5% area. Airlines are in here. Almost everything that we have been looking at, airlines, gambling stocks here, everything's on here today. So we won't be able to get through all of this. I mean, again, our job today is going to be to try to identify what's moving a little bit separately than the overall market. But obviously, a lot on here today is looking well because of that. We have a few things in the red here. Some of these stocks that we have been looking at, like GRWG, obviously is not a great trading stock. I mean, we've seen this in action over the last couple of days. So we'll see what's going on there. And we'll actually might start with what's gapping down today, and then move over to what's gapping up, probably to the top five or so. So, Norm, interesting week right now. Interesting start of the week with this gap up on the SPY and the overall market.
Yeah,
What's the
for
latest and
sure.
greatest?
SPY is up about 0.8%. Nasdaq up 1.1%. It's pretty much across the board, with the exception of retail's down just a little bit. Uh, Leading is technology. The XLK is up 1.4%, and semiconductors 3.1. So pretty broad games this morning. We've obviously broken through that uh, juggernaut level of all-time high that we messed around with all week last week and described. Futures were up heavy overnight. This was started by the president's speech last night that he held. Two things on the virus front: the FDA giving an emergency use authorization for convalescent plasma as a treatment for the virus. So it'll be interesting to see what comes of that. And also, they're trying to get a vaccine very, very soon out of Europe. I believe it was AstraZeneca and maybe Oxford, off the top of my head. But that's why we've got AZN gapping up this morning. The biggest two gappers, LMNL and KMDA, are both they are both involved in plasma biotech. So that's what's popping them this morning. So that's what we got going on overall. I mean, it's those things and the reopening trade that's really what driving things this morning.
Yeah, yeah, a lot going on here, so that's good for us. Let's see what kind of opportunities we can get today. All right, guys, we got a big gappers list. Let's get right to it. Let's start with what's gapping down today. So let's start with ODT here. So ODT, I looked at it earlier. It is lower flow stock sitting at 29, but overall, I am not liking the pre-market hit here at all, guys. Again, just not the best. Also, the daily also not looking all that great as well. So not a fan of this one. Norma, unless you have any crazy news that we should be looking out for, I'm definitely going
No,
to
it's kind
skip
of
on this.
interesting. I haven't. This isn't the kind of thing that I would trade. I kind of feel the
Hmm.
same way you do about it. What's interesting to me is just headline wise. It says they announced positive top line results for a breast cancer drug. So it must that either that headline is completely wrong or something to have them be down 22.5% on that news. I kind of interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. So again, pre-market action. Again, I love the drop here, 21%. It's great. But again, look at this pre-market right now. So overall, I'm just not liking this one this morning. GRWG is one that is hit or miss. I typically do not trade these type of stocks, but this was a hit or miss. If you go back in the intraday here, you have a couple of days that actually traded very well in here. On Friday was not so great. But on Thursday, if you look at Thursday, guys, this thing did very nice on Thursday. So again, you got a couple of days where it traded very well for the most part. So it could be a hit or miss. What I like about it today is that, again, we're losing every possible area of support that we had here with the last couple of days. Remember, this thing had a nice little run here, and we're giving a lot of that back. I'm going to remove some of these levels. Again, not typically the stock I like, but I want to keep an eye on it because I like this drop here. Maybe it's heading back down to reality a bit here. And the fact that the market is doing well and this one is not is kind of interesting here to see that. So I'm gonna keep it on here. Great pre-market action right now. 1.1 million shares traded. It is on short selling restriction, but I do like the drop today. Um, SRNE guys. Wow.
Carlos,
Yeah.
audio seems to be really bad in the room. Is there anything you can do to reset it, or should I reset the audio bridge?
Let's reset. I'll reset myself and do the audio bridge anyway. Let's do it together and then and come
Okay,
back right
I'll
back
do the
in.
audio bridge real quick.
All right. All right, guys. On YouTube, you should still be able to hear us. Sorry about that. We're going to just restart our rooms over here. Uh, That'll be just a sec. All right, guys, we are back on. Hopefully that is better. Please let us know if it's not, and we'll look into what else we can do there. Um, all right, perfect. So with that said, we left off in SRNE this morning. So this one here down nicely, 8.2, 1.5. I mean, this got some pretty good volume. We lost a lot of levels of support and resistance over the last couple of days. So I think this one is going to be interesting. I like what I'm seeing. It is on no short selling restriction. We do have inventory for short, so definitely want to keep on deck here. This one we have seen it very active. I think it could be a hit or miss, really, but for the most part, this daily right now and this pre-market action is looking very interesting. Norm, any specific news on this one?
Yeah, they're acquiring another company. So that's what's pushing them down this morning. Pretty common to see an acquirer
Mm-hmm.
stock price drop.
Yep. So again, they got a decent pre-market action. Just not sure how much is already is going to be in here by the time the market opens with that drop. So we'll have to just wait and see how that turns out. Next, we have INO. INO also down very nice today. What I like about INO here is that we've been consolidating between what seems to be 1390 over at 15. So again, that consolidation has been happening almost for about what 7 days or so here. So I like that we're kind of losing that right now. We do have a great pre-market action. We got some good volume. I typically would not add this one because it can be very choppy, but I like the fact that we're breaking down today, so I'm going to throw that on there. Um, NVAX, this one at the most part also breaking down here. Pre-market action is decent, but this stock doesn't trade well, guys. I mean, I'm just based on what we've seen so in the past. Yes, we had a
It's
couple of days.
terrifying to trade, dude.
Yeah, it really is, man. The price action, the spread, everything about it is just a very difficult stock to trade. So I'm not going to add it on my list. I think the daily looks good. It's a good daily here, breaking out of some areas of support that we have here. We have some targets you can reach down here over at a 112, even right here at 125. But I'm not going to put it on my list. I think today we might find a lot of other stuff that are trading a little bit better than
Yeah.
this one. VXRT, this one is, wow, this has come down quite a bit, guys. Remember, this thing was hanging around 17. This started to drop, hanging around 10. Now we're down at 7, which is the lowest been since we had this pop here. So pre-market actions got some volume right now. This one is the stock that, when remember, if you guys were watching this closely during this time here, the first hour or so was a little bit choppy, and then it went on this run out of nowhere with volume coming in. So I'm gonna put it as a possible just in case. Might not stay there. We'll see. Let's come back to that one. And mRNA, what is that up to? mRNA also another one that has been. It's funny. All these stocks that were very active some time ago, popping up nicely, seem to be coming back down to reality a little bit here. So mRNA right now.
Well,
Go ahead.
and the fact, all these are COVID
Yeah.
vaccine drug candidates, and they're getting hit because of the AstraZeneca announcement yesterday.
Yeah. So this one here also taking a hit down 2.1, 163. Good pre-market action. Again, similar to the other ones, also leaving this area of support that has been hanging around here, the 66.52. So I am going to throw this one on here as well as a possible. Doing it as a possible because again, it's not the first stock I want to go to if there's anything else that's moving well. So
Yeah.
we'll see. All right, on the gapping up list, I'm going to look at maybe the top six or so. We already kind of spoke about these two up here, a little bit on the lower flow side. So again, looking at LMNL, this one here, I'm just again 6.9 million shares flow. Look at the daily, how choppy this is. This is not typically what we want to see on a daily. Overall, not a whole lot of volume. You only got 163,000 shares today on short selling restriction. Just not a lot going for it besides this 52% gap up. That's really it right now as far as technical. So I'm going to skip on this one, guys. KMDA, same situation. It's not looking better, looks a little bit better, but overall, still horrible daily chart compared to what we're used to watching here. Um, let's head down to FSLY. This one is
Yeah,
up nicely.
part of the
Yeah.
issue with the dailies on those is LMNL is a Canadian company, KMDA is Israeli, so
Yeah. Foreign. Okay. That makes sense.
foreign stocks, choppy dailies go hand in hand.
And look at the volume, guys. And their best day here in the last 3, 4 months is only 4.2 million shares. So again, that type of
Yeah.
volume is not going to cut it for what we're looking here. FSLY. So this one here has got some pretty good pre-market action. It's got some good volume. I also like what we've done over the last couple of days or so. Right, we've been holding this 77.46 area. We had a good pop on Thursday, a little give back here on Friday, and now we're back up against this area of resistance. Right, this thing has potential. Last time it bounced off this level, it did went for a nice little run here. Obviously, it got slammed down. So good potential here, guys, on FSLY. Norm, any specific news popping this up nicely today?
FSLY. I'm not seeing anything other than, I mean, this sector is killing it. So it's part of it. This one's been in play a lot recently, but I haven't seen anything fresh that's oh, sorry, it got an upgrade this morning
Okay,
out of
okay.
Raymond James from Market Perform, which is essentially a neutral to outperform with a $100 price target.
Excellent. That's good. Good catalyst. Also good technicals as well. So definitely like what I'm seeing on this one. I'll have it on my list for sure. BLD DP. This sounds familiar. I don't think it's one that trades very well.
Yeah,
Uh,
this is the Canadian Ballard Power that I believe
yeah,
Andrew worked at one point.
excellent. It's funny in trading.
Trades
You take.
terribly.
It's funny how in trading you remember the bad tickers. Like you remember them more than the actual good ones. And this is one that just popped out. Like I remember this not being great. Here's LI, not a great pre-market action right now, guys. So it's really all over the place. Although you have 128,000, just look how this has been trading, just not clean at all. And this is a recent IPO. Looks like it's a
Yeah, it's a
daily.
recent.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a recent IPO.
All right, so we'll skip on that one. Let's do one more, and then we're gonna jump over just the airline. See if there's anything special there. Cruise lines because they're on here, and then we'll give it to the room. Tesla this morning, guys, just incredible. What Tesla's doing? It is up 4.1 right now, hitting a 21.40 as their all-time high in the
It's
pre-market at
nuts.
least. It's just insane. I want to see where are the analysts right now? Where are they? Their targets at the moment? Are they
They're a
still at
$1,000
700?
behind.
I mean, where?
They're yeah. I mean, it's a joke. You can't even. I mean, they might be right after the split price.
That's a good point.
I
Yeah, that is a
Morgan
good point.
Stanley at 1360. B of A is a high one at 1750. But I mean, some of these are just ridiculous. There was one July 28th. This is how crazy these are. Bernstein downgraded them from market perform to outperform and put a price target of $900. What's happened since that date? Since July 28th, how
Yeah.
wrong have they been? My
Oh my
goodness.
God. Look at this. Incredible. So again, this stock just continues to just find a way to rip higher somehow, some way. And they're doing very well this morning. So I'm not gonna add it to my list, guys. It's well above my price range, 21. I don't even know how I even trade a stock like that. Where you put your stops, price section. It's a little bit all different up there at that level. So I'm gonna skip on this one. AZN, you spoke about it earlier. So this one here is up 3.5. Again, not the best trading stock right now. Again, Norm, have you traded this before, or have you looked at it at all?
No, it's a foreign stock. It's difficult to trade. I mean, it's definitely in play after that announcement yesterday. But that having been said, it's a stock out of the UK, and it doesn't trade very well. Unfortunately, I wish it did.
Excellent. Let's take a quick look, guys, at the airlines. See what's going on there. Let's start with American Airlines leading the way here. It's funny, they got volume, but they're not really moving a whole lot, right? The market's popping up very well. These guys are still here at the bottom. This is one of the travel sector that, again, you got several pumps on there, but have not really come back to where they were. Obviously, going to take them a lot longer. Some people are saying they might even not get there in the next 2, 3 years. So we'll see. Again, just hearing news, the stuff in the news, and how the impact of this has been for them. So the market is up, but these guys are not doing a whole lot today. I don't expect them to be in a huge play. at the moment. That is American Airlines. Love, same situation, up slightly a little bit here. You have Delta up to 2.6 as well. So we'll see. We'll have to wait. Again, just looking at the volume, usually when these stocks are going to be in play for the day, their volume is hitting, 800,000, 1 million, 1.5 easily. We're not seeing that today. Cruise lines as well are on here. We have CCL. CCL actually looks okay, looks decent. But again, I'm not sure how these things are going to trade. So I will be looking for all these airlines, cruise lines to hit our scanners on the turbo breakup or down. If they do that, then I'll tune into them. But I'm not going to add them here because I think they're just slightly moving with the market here, but not really showing us anything good. Look at United Airlines. I mean, it's nothing here really happening besides volume. So with that said, Norm, what do you like this morning?
I mean, I like what's on this list. Did you look at MGM? I'm sorry, I was
No.
answering a couple of questions and stuff. MGM could be interesting. Apple, I believe their split record date is today, and they split next week. So,
Hmm.
um,
Wow, look at the
Apple,
volume on Apple. 1.9.
yep, yep,
Holy cow.
definitely interesting there. MGM looked pretty decent, but I'll see. So that's kind of what I got. I mean, we got a lot on here. It'll be more difficult, I think, to narrow it down than it is to build a list this morning.
Yeah, yep, agree. Apple has a great pre-market, guys. Again, bang up day on Friday. We saw that, and they just continue to rip high here. All right, let's take it to the room. What do we guys like this morning? Baba, possible breakout on the daily. Let's check. So yeah, Baba, big pop here. Again, great day on Friday as well. Nice pop up 2.8. Definitely in play this morning. 384,000 shares traded. This is a great pre-market activity for Baba. Typically, the stock doesn't have a great pre-market action. It's sitting on the nicey stock. It typically doesn't have good volume. Today they have kind of all of that in this mix here. I'm gonna put it as a top possible so I can do levels for it. But I know I won't watch it on my personal list for 'cause just I don't like the way this one trades. Neo, I've got a couple of people mentioning that also in our YouTube chat here. So let's see, Neo right now. Yeah, I like the daily on Neo. Possible breakout here. It's been kind of consolidating. We're at the top of this great area of resistance. Look at the high from Friday, right? So we're kind of slamming against that this pre-market right now, at least twice right here, over at 720 and around 8 o'clock. So potential for a breakout. I do like what I'm seeing there. We can definitely keep an eye on Neo this morning. We could throw that on there. It's got some good volume too, 1.8, which is typical volume for Neo, but their daily and pre-market do look great this morning. Let's take a look at we have Baba already. We have Plug. I don't like Plug, guys. It just doesn't trade well. What we got going on right now? 340. That's actually pretty light volume for what they're used to doing in the pre-market. These guys trade very heavy on volume, but they're just their overall price action is very difficult for me to read. I'm not sure if you guys have noticed that if you've been watching it. Is there opportunities? Absolutely. If you're able to read this properly, but by all means, add it to your list. But I'm not seeing a whole lot of volume this morning. A RKT as well. I'm seeing them on both chats here. This one continues to rip, man. This is nice. New all-time high, which doesn't mean much for a stock that just opened up a couple of days ago. But they're having great start. I mean, they're holding here, nice rip, a couple of green days back to back, and getting above their most recent high over here around 2684. So, yeah, I like this one. I like this one. Might not be as explosive right now. The pre-market doesn't look all that great, but their daily does. So I do like this one. JD, let's take a look at JD. We're getting that on both chats here as well. All right, JD, this morning, pre-market is okay. Their daily has been incredible with the last couple of days. They're doing a little bit better than Baba's daily, right? I mean, look at just the breakout here, guys. We have one breakout here at 66.99, another one here around 70. Then we broke out of 74. So it's been doing pretty well. Up another 2.5. I think this is worth watching at least as a possible. The only reason I'm putting it as a possible is just the pre-market seems just a little bit choppy right now. But their daily looks great, I gotta say. All right, PDD, possible continuation. Let's check. Possible continuation towards the bottom here. It can go either way though here. It can really go either way. You can get a bounce like you did before. This has proven to be a area of support for it. You can get a continuation of a drop here as well. If it loses this level, will be great. But look at how great the support level is. So it could really go either way. Pre-market though, their pre-market's not looking great right now. They do have great volume, but it's not trading well in the pre-market. So pretty much flat at the moment. You could definitely keep an eye on this one. I will look for this in the scanners. I think our scanners are going to be probably crazy today too with the type of market condition we are in. So again, it's one of those things where you got to really try to fine tune as much as possible what you're going to take a stab on this morning. Let's take a look at MU's daily, guys. It has not been great at all. I mean, it's just been all over the place. So they're up 1%. Not great pre-market action. Not great volume. Um, Again, I just don't know what to expect out of MU here. I'm not seeing anything great for the pre-market this morning, and they have not been trading well. If you look at their intraday, aside from their daily chart getting a little bit better here, dropping down, their intraday has not been great at all. So again, MU is not what it used to be when we were trading it almost on our list every day with AMD. It's just something has changed with it. It has not been the same. All right, let's look at Nvidia. Nvidia this morning. Did we break out here? Oh, Nvidia has a beautiful daily as well. Nice daily here, guys. Just look at the way this thing has been forming. Beautiful day on Friday. Nice pop here, strong. And now we're up another 1.7 with some decent volume. Yeah, Nvidia is worth taking a look at here. So we'll keep that there. So Apple, we're getting Apple on both ends. We have Apple already, guys. They're just doing amazing right now. 2 million shares traded. Great pre-market action. This looks pretty good. IBIO, I'm taking this one over from our YouTube chat. IBIO, no, this is not good, guys. More of a penny stock. I mean, look at the pre-market action. Look at the volume. Yeah, this is not something you want to trade. There's a lot of great looking stuff out there today. So you don't want to touch this one today. All right, just a few more, and then we'll take it over to announcement. Today is Mindful Monday, so we will have Dr. Katz joining us in a bit here. CGIX. This is up 219. Insane. Let's see what the float is. I'm assuming it's very low, 2.1. Here looks like this company's taking off nicely. Again, guys, really low flow stock. Volume is insane. If you're going to trade this, make sure this is your style and that you actually have an edge and that you're not gambling, right? Don't gamble with these. You will get lucky, but eventually the house will win. And that's just what happens. So just be careful with this. Abby, we do have FSLY. I think that's a good one today as well. I love their daily here. Great support coming off this 77.50, 75. We've done it before, had a beautiful rip. Can happen today as well again. So again, I'm looking forward to this one too. This looks pretty good this morning. All right. With that said, guys, GDYY, one more. GDDY. Nah, no volume on this one. No volume. SONN. Yeah, this data's all over the place. Pre-market is again just not what we're looking for. Not really our style here. So we're gonna skip on this one also. All right, guys, let's go over to announcements. We will come back and fine tune this list after announcements and also after we talk to Dr. Katz.
All right, guys, Monday morning. So the quick weekly rubdown. This is the usual schedule. These things do fluctuate a little bit, and we'll see some of that when we go over specific announcements in a minute. So it's Monday. We'll have Brian's swing trade discussion. If he's done traveling, that's at 2:30 p.m. Eastern right here in the room. He's doing it with the Market Close show with Peter and Mike. Then Class 1 onboarding, 8 p.m. Eastern. That's Carlos Live onboarding class specifically for those new to BBT. Tuesday, Thursday at noon in the classroom is Eamon's trade reviews. Success webinars are 8 p.m. on Wednesday. Usually those do fluctuate, and then on occasion based on where the presenter is. And then Monday through Thursday, the closing bell show on YouTube, 3:30 to 4:15 p.m. Eastern. All right. This week's success webinar is my good friend Naz. He's going to be talking about recovering from a series of losses. Excuse me, my dogs are barking at people walking. Recovering from a series of losses and traders rehab to get out of a trading slump. Next week will be Eamon talking about his extreme reversals. That'll be at 5 p.m. Eastern. Note that time is different next week because Eamon's time zone. Nada's cultivating self-discipline with mindfulness is tomorrow night at 8 p.m. And then Mike is at 8 p.m. next Tuesday, a week from tomorrow. She would be a good guard dog, except for she's very old and now blind and deaf and barks at everything. Remember, trade of the day, guys. Take your best trade of the day if you want to compete in this. Mark it up. Note your entries, exits, all that stuff. Post it on Twitter by 1:30 p.m. Eastern, tagging at Bearable Traders, at Mike B _BBT, and at Norm BBT. Use the hashtag BBT family. That way, if you do all that, we know you're actually in the competition and we can find it. Winner will be announced by Mike in the closing bell show each and every day, Monday through Thursday. Then Friday, we take the winners for the Monday through Thursday, those 4 winners, and the winner for the week will win the $100 Amazon gift card. Guys, if you're watching on YouTube and haven't been in the chat, there's not always dogs barking. There is trading. You can use the promo code premarket24 to give it a try for a week. That's 7 calendar days, 5 trading days, unless there's a holiday in there. Also gives you access to Carlos's onboarding class each and every Monday night at 8 p.m. that I mentioned. Also, if you're looking to either upgrade your membership or become a lifetime member, you can use the promo code LABOR35 to do that. That'll take 35% off the cost of a lifetime membership. Good morning, Dr. Katz. I apologize. I'm going to have to drop off and throw it to you because I can't keep my dogs from barking.
Good morning to you and the dogs. Hello, everybody. Today, a little Mindfulness Monday. I'd like to talk today a little bit about kind of a very important subject, I think, a topic, gratitude. Not just only gratitude in itself, but gratitude's impact on trading. And then maybe throw in a little bit of a brief kind of gratitude exercise to help people develop their own sense of gratitude if that is something that you are struggling with. So basically, what gratitude is really a thankful appreciation for what an individual receives, whether tangible or intangible. You know, with gratitude, we acknowledge the goodness in our lives, and it really helps us connect to something larger than ourselves as individuals. Now, with trading, 2 states of mind that often cause mistakes in trading are fear and anger, 2 things that we've talked about before on Mindfulness Monday. When you are truly feeling grateful, kind of for what you have, you are not really feeling fearful or angry. It's hard to be both grateful and angry, and it's hard to be both grateful and scared. So being grateful can make you less scared of losing money. If you are less afraid of losing money, it's easier to respect your stops and accept small losses. And it's also easier to stay in trades. Now, being grateful also helps you focus on what you have as opposed to what you lack. And it really makes patience, especially when you're trading, much easier. Being grateful makes it easier to just focus on your process and your plan, which of course are 2 of the foundational aspects of any good trader's success. So in summary, trading really helps kind of magnify the positive emotions that one has. Gratitude really helps block some of the negative emotions. Gratitude reduces stress and adversity. It helps us overcome those. It helps with resilience. It gives you a higher sense of your own self-worth. And it's often been shown in research to help with certain brain activity. Now, how do you develop gratitude? Well, one useful thing in terms of gratitude and trading is that you could try this as part of your daily pre-trading day routine. It's just take 5 minutes to write down 3 things that you are grateful for in your life. They could concern trading. They may not concern trading. Remember, nothing is too big. Nothing is too small. Anything in your life counts. Some of the things could be similar on several days in a row. They could change. And just spend a few minutes before the trading day starts reflecting on a few of these things in your life, big, small, varied, that you are grateful for. And what will happen is if you do this regularly, it will become habitual and you will start to you will find yourself starting to focus on positive things more naturally And this can help in terms of your mindset with your trading, as well as your overall level of happiness and well-being. Now, I would be remiss if in this process I didn't talk a little bit about a few things that I'm quite grateful for. And I first would like to express my gratitude to both Carlos and Norm, because I've been very grateful for their help and their assistance in really doing me a solid throughout this process, giving me good feedback and direction in terms of these Mindful Monday segments. That's been enormously helpful. So I have been really grateful for them and the support they've given me. But I'd also like to give kind of a shout out and props and tell you how grateful I am to you, the BBT community, because really you have been giving Norm and Carlos some very positive feedback about these segments, how much you've enjoyed it. And that has been incredibly meaningful for me and very grateful. I'm very grateful for that feedback and that positive encouragement. You know, I know many of you out there have been very thankful for the work of people like Carlos and Norm, Andrew, Peter, Mike, you know, the whole management team. And one of the things that we often don't say to you is the kind of feedback we get from you, we value greatly. When we talk about being grateful, we talk about things beyond ourselves. And although, yes, this may be our jobs and it is a livelihood and things we do for that reason, it doesn't underscore enough the importance of the gratitude that we feel in being able to help a community of traders such as BBT work on their professions, get better at what they do. So I just wanted to, again, give a shout out to all of you out there. Really appreciate the feedback you've given. And we have, I think, speaking for Norm and Carlos and myself, we get as much out of doing this as hopefully you receive. And I thank you again. So,
100%.
Norm, that ends the Love Fest portion of Mindful Monday. I'm not sure if there's anything you wanted to add or throw in there.
It hasn't quite ended, because I'll just say we're grateful to have you. These pieces, these Mindful Monday pieces that we've been doing have been very helpful. We've received great feedback, and I think they continue to improve. So thank you very much, Dr. Katz.
You're quite welcome. Appreciate it, Norm.
All right. Have a good
Thank
day,
you, Dr.
sir.
Katz. All right, that was great, man. I mean, incredible. That's a great idea, great thought process. Never looked at it
Yep.
that way, but that's something we definitely keep in mind and we'll take into this week and moving forward. So, thank you, Dr. Katz, for that. Let's make sure we give him a thumbs up. And he is great, by the way. He's always thinking about the community. He last week we were doing the show. He sends me a text message. Hey, I'm in my run right now, but I thought about this for Monday. I'm like, Dr. Katz, go for it. You know. So it's great to have somebody thinking about the community and what can benefit us here. So excellent. All right, guys. Looked at a few more you guys throughout here. THMO. Again, this stock doesn't look great. SONN, we looked at already. That also is not looking too great right now. So I took it off my list as well. Just kind of going back to those because I see some other people, all the other people threw it out in the chat room also. All right, let's get to what we have here. So it's going to be one of those days where you're going to have a lot here. The gap resistance continues to get even larger at the moment. But let's go through what we have. So we have FSLY. The reason this one is good, it has a great daily, guys. A good pre-market action. Not the easiest stock to trade. Two things you want to look out for, especially with this one, is the spread and also how much volume you're getting. There's times where the volume is just insane and it's very difficult to read the level 2 and the price action. So just be aware of that. And again, it's a stock that can move, can have some very deep pullbacks, and you could still be in a good strategy that's going to work out. But the pullbacks tend to be, you know, very, very deep sometimes here, both long and short. So just be mindful of that. Sometimes it requires you to stop out and then get back into your position if the strategy and your plan is still there. SRNE, thank you for that. I scrolled up here. SRNE looks good, guys. Dropping nicely here, is doing very well towards the short side, leaving some areas of support. Great pre-market action, some good volume, 2.2. INO we have on our list as well. Also down this morning, losing this area of support of consolidation as well. MGM is another one. This one is good here. Apple has a great pre-market action, just ripping nicely, guys. I can't remember when was the last time we saw Apple with two 1.2 million shares traded at the pre-market. I mean, this is just insane. So looking forward to that one. INO also looks great, guys. Banging our heads against this 1458. RKT starting to get going, looking a lot better now. Look at this volume coming in here. This stock is doing so well. So I like that one. And then we got some possibles. I'm not going to go through them now. I think we got a pretty good list here to start off with. So let's do some levels. Let's start here with SRNE this morning. They're low of their pre-market. I'm going to mark this up here. This 915 is going to be important. And the reason for that is look how many times we have tested this already between 7:30 and 9 a.m., right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe you take this one out. Maybe this one was just transactions being posted. Still 3, 4 times here being tested here at this 915. So you want to have that on there. And then if you look towards the top, you're pretty much covered. Highs and lows, the previous day close from the last 2 trading days here are pretty well giving you some good levels of resistance on there. And then towards the bottom, guys, let's look at this one here. We do have A62, great level, and another perfect one over here at 766. So again, good pre-market action, amazing volume right now. We're losing this 915. Their news, it really is that they're acquiring another company, and that usually brings a purchaser down. But they're dropping down very nice, though. We might have some opportunities to take some trades there. Here's INO. So INO, I'm on the fence on it. It doesn't have a great pre-market, not as great as the other ones that we have seen so far. But this one, I like the daily. I like that we lost this area of consolidation at 14. We're dropping down now to the next possible area, which can be this one here at 1242. I'm going to mark that down. Our lower pre-market right now at 1288. We're getting a little bit of a bounce. This, if it's not, it doesn't stay on our main list, it could be a great possible for this one. If we do lose this 1242, right, we do have some areas all the way down here at 1114. Again, I don't think we'll get there today. That's a stretch, but just in case this thing decides to take a dive, we'll be ready for it. FSOY, as I mentioned earlier, this looks good at the daily. It looks nice, guys. We had a nice green bar here, pullback day, but we're back at the highs of the last 2 days here. So interested in how that's going to play out at the open. High of the spread right now is horrible, by the way. We're looking at 20 cents plus at the moment. So that's got to get better at the open. 91.47 high of the pre-market. Above that, you do have the high from Friday. And then above that, you have 94.13. If you zoom out a bit, you look at July, we held this 75 level almost for the majority of the trading days that it had in July. Just look how many times we held that level. We did that just a couple of weeks ago, last week and the week before. And we're bouncing from that. Last time we did this, we were able to break out. Is today going to be that breakout, right? Is that the pattern going to repeat itself here? We'll have to wait and see. MGM at the moment, guys, possible potential breakout here. High of the pre-market 21.94. A little bit more quieter than the other ones that we have on deck. This might be a great possible. Above that, we have 22.50 and we also have 23.78. So they're daily holding on this level of 21 here. Pretty nice. Do we have the juice to hit some of these other ones of 22.50 and 23.78? Apple, obviously, probably one of the better trading stocks this morning, pre-market wise and volume. Also daily. Just look at the daily here. It's just incredible. 5.15 high of the pre-market. At the moment, you do have your low of your pre-market hanging out around 504.51. So that's it. That's the only 2 levels you really have in here. You can go into your 5-minute and start putting some of the levels where you're starting to see a lot of touch points. So right here, 512, for example, you have resistance become support and then major support in the pre-market right here at the moment, trying to bounce back and hopefully test this 515. So you want to mark that on there. There's some others you can look at like that as well. 511 is another one here as well. You can see several as you go down on your 5-minute. Again, I want to put too many levels on here, but I'm going to keep these 2 here to see if we're going to be testing these levels heading higher or lower. Here's a INO, the daily. I think it looks really interesting, guys. Possible breakout here if we can get going. I'm going to put a level here, 15.45, and all the way up here over at 16.48. Then towards the bottom, you pretty much cover with tons of highs and lows and the previous day close as well. RKT, guys, a nice little pop here just 5 minutes ago. Creating a new high of our pre-market now at 28.73. So we'll mark that down. All-time high. Obviously, this thing is a recent IPO, but it has been trading very well. It came down here, found a great base over here at 1866, and from there has not really looked back. It's got great volume, up 10% this morning. Definitely want to keep this one on deck for the market open. Let's take a look at some of our possibles here. We have NVIDIA. NVIDIA right now is looking, oops, that changed. Let's go back to NVIDIA. on the daily. All right, so we got our high of our pre-market. Their pre-market action is looking really nice right now for NVIDIA. So 517.30 high of the pre-market towards the bottom, plenty of support. This is all you really need to add at the moment. Let's look at BABA. I'm going to remove BABA, guys. It's just, again, a nice pop of 2.8, but it's not really the type of stock I like to trade. And this pre-market, although it could be good for BABA, I just don't feel comfortable with that. GRWG, the only reason I have this down as a possible is because, again, the stock can trade a little bit choppy, but their pre-market action, their daily, everything looks good about this stock. So I'm going to have this as a top possible this morning. I'll be looking out for it. If something here doesn't look good, I'm going to move GRWG back up to that main list. So I'm putting here low of the pre-market at 14. Towards the bottom, we do have some levels here. A target at 12.52. You also got a moving average there as well. And you also have another one here at 11.32. And then towards the top, the highs and lows from the last 2 trading days got you covered there. But again, great pre-market action right now. Nice bounce of 14. We got some good volume going through this one as well. VXRT, I like what I'm seeing here. Pre-market right now, we got a good base over at a 780. So I'm going to mark that down. I know it's not the low of the pre-market, but you can see how important that 780 is. Your low of your pre-market is slightly over at a 773. Let's mark that down. Then towards the bottom, what do we have here? We have clearly a level here at 615 and another one, nice one here at 709. So plenty of levels towards the bottom there. You have your highs and lows towards the top. We're starting to get a very nice pre-market action. It was pretty dead before 8 o'clock. Now it's starting to gear up nicely and trade very well with some good volume. So, this could be, I'm going to remove, no, these are all good. VXRT might be one to move up though. It's starting to look a lot better now. mRNA, look at mRNA. We just looked at this falling down to pieces here. Now it's green for the morning. Level at 65, guys. Nice bounce here. We got some juice coming in here at the moment. Look at the volume there. And again, just is it going to go back into this trading range that has been stuck in between 66, 31, and 68? So what is the plan here? So I got it here as possible. Let's see what happens there. It just might be choppy. It might just go back into this congested area that it's been stuck in. JD's daily is great. I have it as a good possible here. High of the pre-market at 77.55. A lot of good couple of days here. Are we getting extended? Are we going to come back down here and retest the 75 previous day close area? So I have it as a possible as well. I think we got a good possibles list this morning also. All right, let's look at what our moderators are watching this morning. Let's see what they have on deck so far. So let's start with Eamon. So he's watching Run Apple, which is, again, amazing right now, guys, with the volume. He's watching Neo, SRNE, and as a possible, just like me, this GRWG has potential. It really does. And then he also has AMD on his secondary list there. Peter, a tight list today. He has Apple as his main list, which, again, a great stock right now. GRWG and AMD. So very, very tight list there. Thor's watching Apple, AMD, Disney, and Facebook. Tiffany, Apple, SRNE, and FSLY. Again, the FSLY, guys, looking really good. Just be careful with the spread. Make sure that's looking right. Right now it's showing 16 cents or so. So it's getting better. I'm hoping at the open it gets pretty tight there, because that does have a beautiful daily chart for a possible breakout. Brian, he's watching Run. What's Run doing? We did not talk about Run, but 2 of our moderators have it. Let's take a look at what we have on Run here. So let's bring that up. Okay, yeah, I see what they like here. This possible breakout on the day looks really, really good. Not doing much right now, very light on volume, but this breakout could be something. And the float on this one is a low float, or are we looking at it's a decent float, 113, so not bad. All right, so that's good. That's a good one. Then SRNE, he's already short on this one. All right, nice. GRWG, Apple, RKT, and CGIX. Brian's doing good with these shorts. This is the second trading day he takes a short pre-market in the last 2 weeks. So nice, good job there. Mike doesn't have anything on his list. Basically, doesn't like some of the stuff that he's looking at now. Doesn't fit his criteria. So he's just gonna wait for his break of high of day scanner, which is, again, a smart thing to do. Here's John. He has a high of day breakout. As usual, he's watching his top list is going to be Apple, NVIDIA, and BABA. Again, all 3 of those have an amazing breakout opportunity today. They got some good stuff happening there. All All right, guys, that is what we have. I think we have a good list. I still have to fine tune my list a little bit further. I think I have probably one too many at the moment. So I'm just going to keep looking to see which one starts looking better. Maybe MGM could be a top possible. Maybe I'll move MGM down. We'll throw this one here for now. Let's look at delete this from there. Apple is good. How many I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think that's good right now. And RKT continues to rip. Hopefully, it doesn't get too extended. Yeah, I think we got a good list for Monday. Again, this gappers list, guys, continues to grow. It's only going to get even larger as the SPY and everything's doing well this morning. Let's take a look at the SPY right now. Still up a little bit under 1% at the moment. Again, nice bit POC breaking out of this 339, which is that was the all-time high, right? We are all-time highs now on the SPY, the QQQs as well. Just incredible what has happened. So yeah, we are. So pretty good day for the markets. Guys, take care. Trade safe today. Thank you for joining us this morning. We'll be back tomorrow at 8:30 Eastern time. If you have not joined us for the onboarding class tonight, I will be doing that at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure to grab that trial package that Norm mentioned earlier. And I would love to see you tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern time for our onboarding class. Take care, guys. Stay safe, and we'll see you tomorrow.